Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and who do I want to go after first? We'll go battle the traitor. And this is also kind of nice too. We get a nice little introduction here. He betrayed the irregular hunters and hid himself inside a volcano. So there's a little bit more purpose as to why we're going to these areas and what's really going on here. And this stage is kind of challenging. If you take too long, those flame boulders kind of come after us. So use your dash jumps accordingly. And I like this stage. Oh, hi there. I also find the controls for Mega Man X 4, 5, and 6 to be very tight. It's very precise, very well done. And we have our obligatory missile launching enemy that takes a lot of shots. I will try to make an effort to use more special weapons in this game than what I typically do. I also like the voice acting and the cutscenes that we get. And if we destroy this door, we walk through here, we go to the second area. Each stage is kind of divided into two parts. And that's kind of nice because it distinctly marks midway points. Be quick going through there because as you saw, those flaming boulders will slam into the platforms and will eventually make them explode, and we can't reach that yet. So we'll have to come back and get that stuff later. Oh. And we have ride armor in this stage. And we can stand in the lava with this ride armor. And the ride armor, I think, is pretty neat. And another cool thing about this ride armor, I'm going to show this off because this is really one of the only times we get to do this in the Mega Man X series. This is certainly the first time you can do this in the Mega Man X series. You can take a ride armor into a boss fight. And that's just so cool. So we have some dialogue here between Magma Dragoon and Mega Man X. And Dragoon says he let the Sky Lagoon fall. So, yeah, he betrayed us. And Magma Dragoon, one of the more challenging guys to battle. And I can't do anything about this attack in the ride armor, I just kind of have to take it. So, Magma Dragoon has a large variety of attacks, and that makes him challenging to battle. I actually beat him with the ride armor. Usually I lose it when he has about a third of his health left. You are strong, X. Such a waste. Why, Dragoon? Always wanted to fight you. Then he appeared. And he appeared? Who? Told me to work for Repliforce, to goad you into fighting. You did it just so you could fight me? Was worth it for a final duel. Dragoon! So Dragoon is a little bit more of a developed character, and we get Rising Fire for beating him. Okay, there is a problem with Mega Man X4. We don't have an accurate demonstration of the weapon. It kind of talks to us about what the weapon does, but doesn't come out and tell us or show us, and I kind of miss the demonstration. Well, we have the Rising Fire. We'll take the fire into the snow base. Seems like a good place to put fire. He protects the secret weapon which lies inside the snow base. Your body is covering half the text. And I really love the background here. You can see Blizzard Buffalo there. And we have a couple of different paths we can take here. We can take this upper path, or we can go down and take the normal way. Well, if you're able to take the upper path, maybe I should have gotten a utility special weapon before coming here. That's okay. We'll be back here anyways, I think. Yes. Yeah, I can't pick up everything yet. But if you notice the block up there, we'll use the Rising Fire, and that is our heart tank. As you can see, it now looks like I've taken damage, even though I haven't been hit yet. At least not in this stage. And we have some ice physics returning. And you can explode if ice platforms appear on your on the area you're trying to occupy. So that's one thing to be mindful of. I don't recall that happening to me too often. So, yeah, that was interesting. And, overall, I like this. Well, I like most of the stages in the X series. Hey, there's a 1-up. Another thing that some people might not like about Mega Man X4 is the voice actor for Mega Man X. He sounds really, really girlish, really squeaky, whiny voice. You can kind of hear it, but whenever X or Zero, hey, there's a thing we can't get to low health, they'll have a phrase that they say. We've got ice falling on us. And we have this super health refill. Ow. Ow. And here's an interesting section. We have this rising ice, but we need to fall. And who knows how long we need to fall. Well, I do, because I've played this game a million times. But careful not to go too far down, because there is a bottomless pit down there. And now we get to the mini-boss, which is this ice crystal thingy. He can change to several different forms. And obviously you must shoot him in the red eye. And he can kind of take a while. Oh, and he can do that. And you can also see the ice spikes on the ceiling, and he's going to demonstrate that he can make them come crashing down on us. I don't think this does good against him. Yeah, I'm going to go with no. And so when you can, just kind of wail on him, and then he'll change forms to this mode. And if you heard Mega Man X in the background there, he says, "Time to get serious." And the first time I heard him say that, I could not take that seriously. I just kind of burst out laughing because of the way he says it. But now we're in part 2 of the snow base. And we get this interesting section where we have to blow up these ice boxes, and they can freeze enemies or bombs like that. So this is another pretty unique and fun section. I recommend taking stick as far up as you can, because there is something to collect here, and you collect it by taking the upper path. And you can see it right up there, right there. It is the weapon capsule, or weapon tank. We have a weapon recharge tank now. It works just like our sub-tanks do. If you saw on the menu screen, we only have room for 2 sub-tanks. Those birds right there, if you let them do their thing, they will kind of freeze over the whole area and make a bunch of ice, and the ceiling will have ice spikes. Maybe I'll let him demonstrate it, maybe I won't. There's always one that gets me. Oh. This one. Oh, well, I stopped him. Okay, I'll let one of these guys do their thing. And it kind of pauses, and you can see all the ice spikes, you can shoot them. The Metars take an interesting shape, and they'll explode into ice spiky bits when you kill them. But now it's time for Frost Walrus. I like the background for this room as well. They sent a kid like you after me? I promise to end this quickly. So there'll be a little bit of a dialogue. Oh. I like his rawr sound. But overall, he's kind of easy, kind of like most of the previous ice-themed Mavericks. He's especially easy with his weakness weapon, which is the Rising Fire. But you guys know me, I'm going to try to demonstrate both ways of battling this guy. So he can launch some ice spikes down on us, which can be shot at just like the... and then you can do this. So yeah, you'll want to charge your Buster for that, and launch it when he starts... when he spits that ice block at us. Because it'll split into a bunch of ice spikes, which will damage you if you touch them, kind of like Blizzard Buffaloes. Frost Tower, excellent. Generates a huge ice block that acts as a shield. Maybe this should have been the Frost Shield.